Probably one of the most overlooked pieces of tech in modern households is the humble Wi-Fi router. Yes, that generic white box you received with your fiber installation. It's fine for most households. But let's be honest, we aren't most households and we aren't most people. We are tech-driven gamers. Now, if that's the case, you probably also have a high-speed fiber line, maybe even a 1 gig line. And if that's the case, this is the router for you. Check this out. The Asus ROG Rapture GT-BE98 is a quad-band Wi-Fi 7 powerhouse designed for high-end users and even small businesses. It certainly looks aggressive with 8 protruding tentacles, and I'm trying hard not to make another alien facehugger reference here, but come on, just look at it. I just love this aesthetic. I also think it's the first router I've ever seen that has a see-through panel showing off some cool internal designs. You'll also notice a little Easter egg by way of these coordinates, which lead to Asus's headquarters in the Beitou district of Taipei, Taiwan. You may also be surprised to see that there's some RGB lighting on this router. That beautiful ROG logo lights up in all its glory using Asus Aura RGB, but it doesn't look like you can sync it with your PC's lighting settings. No biggie though. To quiet things down, you can enable night mode to dim the RGB a bit, and trust me, you may want to do that. These lights are very bright. You can configure the RGB via the app or web interface with all the usual effects you'd expect to see. Speaking of which, the app for the ROG Rapture GT-BE98 is one of the best I've seen with networking hardware yet. The interface is easy to navigate and it loads of useful features, and it's not too bad looking either. One of the standout features for me is the port status notifications, which actually told me about a cable issue on one of my cables. It's a handy feature to help improve the connection. The user interface and features on the Asus Router app are well thought out, making it easy for even novice users to get around with ease. For example, you can select a type of network prioritization depending on your usage requirements. For gaming, media file transferring, or working from home, there's all presets there. All the other features you'd expect from a high-end router are also available to you, from parental controls, VPN capabilities, quality of service, and even Wake on LAN support to wake up your gaming PC when you're in another country. Oh, and it does support mesh networking, so you can connect a few of these if you want to cover an even larger area. Now, I've spoken a lot about Wi-Fi 7, and the short of it is, it's absolutely fantastic. If you have a household of many smart devices all vying for bandwidth, Wi-Fi 7 will give you amazing throughput and impressive reach. It's vastly superior to Wi-Fi 6. I did dig down deep into some of my articles on NAG, so do check that out if you want a better breakdown. Impressively, this router takes things a step further. It supports that beautiful 6 GHz spectrum, which runs at 320 MHz. This is significant because the 2.4 and 5 GHz bands are already cluttered with your neighbor's Wi-Fi, their baby monitors, and everyone's microwave ovens. Then there's multi-link operation, or MLO for short, which allows your device to connect to multiple bands simultaneously. In other words, they can use both 5 and 6 GHz bands at the same time, ensuring lower latency and much more stable connectivity. Underneath that aggressive spider design is a 2.6 GHz quad-core CPU and 2 gigs of RAM, giving this router far more processing power than one of my old retro gaming PCs from back in the day. If you still use wired LAN, and you certainly should, the port selection is equally impressive on this router. It features dual 10 gig ports, one for your WAN and one for a dedicated gaming PC or network-attached storage device, alongside 4 additional 2.5 gig ports. This means that if you have a gigabit fiber connection or move 4K files across your LAN frequently like I do, you will encounter no bottlenecks with this network setup. With all these high-end specs and performance expected, even in routers, this means high heat. But Asus used a massive aluminium heatsink plate with nanocarbon coating to keep things running smooth under the hood. The router is also silent because there are no fans, and according to Asus, it runs significantly cooler than previous generations. On the software side, the inclusion of Trend Micro's AI Protection Pro is also a major win. Many router brands charge for such security services, but here it's included and designed to keep your router and network safe from intrusion. Ultimately, the GT-BE98 is a specialized tool for a very specific audience. It's expensive and physically massive, taking up significant amounts of desk real estate. For a casual user, it's totally overkill. However, if you're a technical gamer or someone running a home network, or someone who just wants to set and forget their network for the next 5 years, this is the kind of router to look at. It's built for the next generation of hardware in our hands, and right now nothing else in the market quite matches its raw capability. Looking at retail pricing, the Asus ROG Rapture GT-BE98 walks the walk and talks the talk. It'll set you back just under 13,000 Rand, so consider this a high-end gaming router. So tell me more about your home network setup and what you are looking at improving. Does this behemoth BE98 fill that gap? If so, let me know in the comments below.